Welcome back to Midco Sports tonight. It's that time of year for North Dakota hockey fans. I'm here to chat with the seniors. So you're sitting here as seniors. Think back, 3.5 years ago, walking into the rink for the first time as a freshman member of this class. What were your thoughts?
I mean, I was pretty starstruck just looking at the building and thinking about the tradition and history that's been in this building throughout the past, 16 or 17 years now, and it's just lucky to be part of that and hopefully add to the tradition.
How about the rest of you guys?
It's pretty jaw-dropping. You always hear, what it's like to play here, but then you get here and you kind of understand.
Absolutely. There's a mentality here, I think, that they try to set right from the get-go as a freshman. How would you describe that, Johnny? Maybe you can answer that question.
I mean, just the bar is so high. I mean, this program wants, demands that you compete for, Frozen Four appearances every year. So, like I said, the bar is set so high, and that's part of the reason why we all decided to come here, is because the teams are competitive every year. So, I knew coming in here, growing up here, that that's how high the expectation is of this program.
Cam, you came in. Zane was still here. It's a tall task to fill those shoes, and you've done a great job at it. But what were your thoughts as far as that position and how you were going to make your own mark?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I knew coming in I probably wasn't going to get the most opportunity, but I just kind of took it as a year to learn and kind of adjust and get used to the level. And, being from Michigan, you really don't hear a whole lot about North Dakota. It's more Michigan and Michigan State and all that. So, coming out here and just feeling the tradition and how everybody views this program, and like Johnny said, the bar is set so high. It's an unbelievable thing to be a part of, and you're playing for something bigger than yourself, and it's really cool. So playing behind Zane, I just tried to learn as much as I can so that when he was gone, I was able to take the reins.
That's awesome. You guys were also a unique class in that you, as freshmen, head coach Dave Haxtell was here. He left that at the end of that season, and Coach Bradbury took over. Talk about that transition. You're the only class, really, and it's unique because it doesn't happen a whole lot.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's pretty special that we were able to have Hack there for a year. We learned a lot from him, and obviously he's doing some great things in the Philadelphia organization. So he's definitely a lifeline. If we ever have questions, he's definitely there to help. And now with Bradbury here, he's been a great coach for us for the last 3 years, and he's got a lot coming for him.
Absolutely. What about you guys? Anyone else want to chime in?
Yeah, I guess starting with Hack and Coach Barry, they're completely different coaches. Where Hack's more of the business approach, laser-like focus. I always joke with everybody that when he looked into your eyes, it was like he was looking into your soul. So
it's very true. I see it as well.
Coach Barry is a little bit more laid back, a little bit more of like a player's coach, a little bit more approachable, I'd say, not as intimidating, but both unbelievable coaches. And to get to the opportunity to play under a coach like Hack, who's had so much success here, and obviously having success at the next level, and as well as Coach Barry, he's an unbelievable coach too. So we've been very fortunate with a couple great coaches.
I agree. It was pretty smooth too. They share a lot of styles. So.
Really smooth transition. So it wasn't anything too groundbreaking.
So I want to go through each of you and just kind of talk about your experiences here individually. Pogo, you have the distinction of captain, and that's a huge honor. How do you feel you've carried that through the season, and how do you feel about when you were named captain?
Yeah, well, definitely it's something you kind of dream about, being a leader at an organization like this at University of North Dakota, and it's really a dream come true. And I just kind of take it day by day, and it's been a good year so far. I think we still have a lot to prove throughout the playoffs here, and but I think we're moving in the right direction, and we're growing as a team, and I think it'll be a fun rest of the year here.
Trevor, when I think of you, especially on the ice, I think of sacrifice, really. I mean, you've kind of just been one of those players that will do whatever it takes.
Yeah, coming in, you don't really understand what your role is going to be.
And it can change.
It can absolutely change. You could be a top point getter in the league, the junior league that you're in beforehand, and end up being, a role player here, a fourth line guy. I think it's just understanding every single role and being able to adapt to whatever role the coaches really want you to play in.
Absolutely. Johnny, the hometown boy, with Tucker as well, and we'll talk about Tucker and Nick here in just a second, but, for you, you got to stay here and play at one of the, top universities in your hometown. What's that been like?
I mean, it's what I wanted growing up in this town. This was my dream, and honestly, probably my biggest goal. And to get out of hockey was to come here versus having NHL dreams and stuff like that. I grew up, with the Fighting Sioux being my team when I was a little kid in this town versus being a Wild fan. I wasn't really a big NHL team guy. I was a fan of UND. So. It really has been a dream come true, as cliche as that is, that this has been the best 4 years of my life, 3.5 years so far, and obviously I don't know how else to put it than super special and a dream come true.
And Cam, one of the things I love off the ice and in interviews and stuff, you've talked about your dad a little bit, and what he's done for you throughout your life, even though he's passed, and I know that you tap that.
Yeah.
Whenever
He's
it hits
me.
the post. Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that, and then your 4 years here too.
Yeah, it's always been special. Growing up, he was always coaching me, and I know he'd be proud of where I'm at today.
I think he is proud. Yes.
Yeah, and he shaped me to the hockey player that I am. I wanted to do this, and I wanted to continue to improve and move on levels, to make him proud. And these 4 years have been special. We've had some very special teams. We've had some hard times. We've had some great times. So, we've learned a lot from our 4 years, and it's been a blessing for sure.
You just mentioned the next level, and two that are missing today are already at that next level. Tucker Poolman, Nick Schmaltz, maybe just one word or two of what your thoughts are on each of them, as they were part of this class as well.
I mean, with Schmaltz, the word that came into my head was special. Just something about the way he plays the game and the way he senses things and sees things is special. That's something that you can't. It's not tangible. It's just special.
It's like an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And with Tucker, I'll use the term all around because he brings so much to the table. It's not that he has a great shot or that he's got a great stride up and down the ice. I mean, he's just all around everything. He's willing to block shot. He brings so much to the table that all around is what comes to mind with Tucker.
I agree. I think that's a really good way to describe him. All right, El Capitan, I'm going to let you say whatever you want on behalf of the class and Tucker and Nick to the fans of North Dakota as we wrap this up.
Yeah, just thanks for your support throughout the last 4 years. It's been a dream come true for all of us, and I wish we could have one more year, but we'll make it the best throughout the rest of the playoffs here. Yeah.
Perfectly said. Thanks again, guys, for your time. Kelly, back to you.
Good.